So this is the basic setup for field oxide growth. And what I've got here is, I've got the tube furnace and it's hooked up here. It's right now at about 1,027-ish degrees Celsius. I dropped the volts down. I dropped the voltage down because it was running a little hot. It was up to about 1,050. The limit for this furnace is 1,010, so I just turned it down. I'm generally hovering between 1,000 degrees and 1,050 degrees for this. So right now it's about 1,020 to 30 degrees right now. I've got boiling water here. The boiling water is pumping steam into the tube, and the tube has now water vapor in it. And the way you could test is if you take like the back end of a petri dish, or you can even take like the back end of a plastic box. Just go up to the other end and just put it up to it. And if you see that, you know you're pumping steam into the furnace. So I know this is this has water in it. And another thing I could do is I could take like a small tube here, and if I go up to it and I go like this, when it comes out, you'll see water all over it. You can't really see it on camera, but there's water all over this thing. So that's showing that there is actually water inside the furnace right now. There's a wafer in there. Now, for field oxide growth, I actually did this for about 50 minutes, 50 minutes, and I pulled it out of the furnace. And I was getting a yellow to purplish tint on it. And if you go to like a chart about silicon dioxide growth and you look at the lines, I want about 500 nanometers or 5,000 angstroms of field oxide. Yellow to purple, it should give you anywhere from 400 to 490 nanometers. So I'm actually letting it go for a little bit longer now, just to see. This is literally the second time I've ever grown field oxide. The first time was when I got the yellow to purple tint. So I'm just letting it go for a little bit longer. I think I'll run this for about 15 minutes and then pull it out and see what kind of film I grow. Other than that, that's pretty much it. I'll show you the final wafer at the end. The film I do not expect to be perfect or even close to good. I just want to see if it's there. I've seen a little bit of film, but it was too little. I needed more film. So I'm letting it go for a little bit. All right, I'll check back in later. So I finished the work with the furnace, and I turned everything off, and when I was pulling the wafer out, I was sticking a steel rod in the tube, and I actually made a huge mistake. Basically, the steel rod was here was the wafer. I actually jammed it straight into the wafer and scratched up the surface of it. So I actually can't use this wafer anymore, I wasn't planning on using this anymore, to be honest, because I didn't even think the film would come out. So it's not really an issue. It was just about a waste of about an hour and a half. So this is the actual wafer. I scratched it really badly, but I'm getting like a purplish tint. It's even bluish in some of these areas. So purple to blue is what I'm getting, and purple to blue is after leaving it for 50 minutes, and then about 12 to 13 minutes, about 12 and a half minutes is what I let it go. So it was a little over an hour. This is the film that I got, and this was running between about 1,000 and 1,050 degrees Celsius. That's the film. The film isn't bad at all. It's mostly purple. It's a little uneven. I'm getting some blue. Purple is about 450 to about 490 nanometers. I need about 500 nanometers. But this is a success in my opinion. I'm obviously gonna have to grow some more, but I was expecting to do that anyway. But this is, I guess, the first successful, or at least semi-successful field oxide growth. This is the first time I've actually done anything in this lab, so it feels good. All right, that's pretty much it. Hopefully I'll get it right next time.